What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph. You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, coming back to Volbeat. Yes, indeed, Volbeat Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from AB5, and AB5 wanted to see me react to this song by Volbeat called The Loa's Crossroad. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Volbeat, no surprise there. And the video has 230,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. The Loa's Crossroad. That's all I got. It does say Volbeat up here. I can only assume we're in the right spot. AB5 would have gave me the link, and he's never led me astray, so let's put our faith in AB5 here. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Modulation into the verse.
Great white face paint in the shape of red skull. A shadowy lower with red eyes so cold in the dark. You are the girl of the day, praying to open the gate. You've been fooled by the real. For years we've been sealing the deal. You fall with mortality. Hear me by insanity. Get me away from the slower, right down on my knees. Great white face paint in the shape of my skull. A shadowy lower with red eyes.
Let's see if I'm getting this right. F sharp.
Get me away from the slower, right down on my knees.
E to B. Okay, so F sharp to A to E, F sharp to A to E to B.
Great white face paint in the shape of my skull.
A,
A shadowy
B,
lower with red eyes so cold in the dark.
A
You are my girl.
to E for the chorus. Okay, so E Now, if I'm right, if I remember correctly, E down to the B, up to the D, down to the A, back to the E again. Let's see if I'm right. B, D, A, E, B, C, F sharp. Down, C, G, D, A, E. Yeah, right? F. Okay. Got some interesting chordal progressions. I gotta say, it's fun to follow. That's something worth it. Bagpipes? Why not? Sounds good.
Great white face pain in the shape of a skull. A shadowy lower when red eyes so cold in the dark. You are my girl.
That's E. D, A, yep.
For years we've been sealing the deal. Now you call the baron up there. The crossroad of lowers will live. We'll be fighting for what you can see. Maria's immortality. You fall immortality.
D, A. C, G, D, A, E. Yep. I mean, I like that riff. I've always liked that. I've always liked the 6-3-7-4 root. I've always liked that. There's been a lot of songs that have used that riff, and I've always dug it. Fun to follow. Not 100%. You had to listen through it a couple times to really figure out where the flow's going, where the chordal progression's going, where the repeatable pattern is. It's a little bit of a challenge. I like that. I absolutely like that. And the thing is, they didn't sacrifice groove or feel for the sake of challenge on the chordal progression. The riff was definitely there. It was definitely moving, but the groove, the rhythmic patterns, that never changed. That was nice. Smart. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Volbeat with The Loa's Crossroad. This was a request from AB5. Okay, there's not a lot to talk about, but there's a couple of things that we need to discuss. So let's get to it, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.7. Yep, 7.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.7. What does that mean? Well, a 7.7 would translate to a really good scale rating because overall, I think this was a really good song. it would get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, a 7.7, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. One of the strongest things about this song was the groove. Now, here's the thing. The groove never changed. Okay, the groove stayed consistent from start to finish. We had that 4/4 time signature, laid back groove, laid back, snare on the 2 and 4, little bit of a shuffle feel in there, just a little bit, but I mean, for the most part, it was just a straight ahead, laid back 4/4 time signature, snare on the 2 and 4. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It was consistent, it stayed true to itself, it wasn't trying to be anything it wasn't. Now, at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke in everyone's faces and go, it's the most impressive feel I've ever seen. No, it's not. It's very easy to follow, but at the same time, the groove was undeniable. So it was definitely there. It was a solid piece of work. The chordal progression, if I'm being honest, is probably the most impressive thing about the song. It was not predictable. Okay, you couldn't sit there and go, oh, I know where it's going to go. No, not at first. Now, about halfway through the song, yeah, we had seen the patterns. Now we've seen where it's going to go. We've seen how it develops. We know it's going to happen here next. We know it's going to go to this next. Now that we've seen it happen, but for the first minute of the song, I had no idea where we were going because they didn't follow any of the traditional patterns. The only thing that I can honestly say was traditional was the utilization of the 6-3-7-4. Don't, boom, back to the root again. That was kind of cut and paste. But even that, we didn't see it coming. Not the first time. Now, the second time it happened, yeah, we knew it was going to happen. But that was pretty much true for the entire song. The first time it came through, we couldn't even begin to guess where we were going, So we weren't using quote unquote generic chordal progressions, which was really nice. It was refreshing, but at the same time, the chordal progressions that they did come up with felt good. It flowed well. It was pleasing to the ear. There was never a time where I sat there and scratched my head and went, oh, wonder why they did that. No, everything made sense. So it was nice. It wasn't predictable at first. It was, now, like I said, once we saw it, we can guess what's going to happen next, but not at the beginning. So that was really cool. As far as instrumentation goes, everybody sounded really good across the board. Guitar sounded good. Drums sounded really good. Vocals sounded really good. Everything about the song sounded really good. I'm not going to lie, I had the song at about a 7.6. I bumped it up to a 7.7 because how often do you get to hear bagpipes utilized in a song like this? It's not too often. That was pretty creative. I got to give them credit for that. So yeah, I give them a little bit of a nudge. So this is how we ended up at the 7.7. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.7, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.